Hello everyone, welcome to Angel's Classroom. So today we are going to see about common base configuration, that is CB configuration. Okay, so see this diagram to the left hand side. In this, first I am drawing this NPN transistor. So NPN transistor is the one in which the current direction should be outward in the emitter terminal. First thing. Next one, since it is common base configuration, I am going to ground the base terminal to the ground. And third one, now I am going to connect ammeter and voltmeter to the input side as well as to the output side. And fourth one is I am going to mention the polarity for this ammeter on both your input as well as your output terminal. In this, since this emitter terminal, the current direction is marked as outward, so the current will always flow from positive to negative direction. So I am mentioning the positive to the right hand side of the ammeter in the input side and negative to the left hand side of the ammeter. Okay. So whereas in your output side, this collector current is marked inward. Okay. So because of that, on the right side of the ammeter I have marked as positive and to the left hand side I marked as the negative sign. Okay. So this voltage is connected between emitter and base terminals, and because of that I have named the voltmeter as VEB, and respectively over that output side. So this voltmeter is connected across your collector as well as your base. Okay. So because of that it is marked as VCB. Now I have to connect the potentiometer both to the left as well as to the right to change the voltage, and I have to name it as VEE since it is connected to the emitter terminal, and VCC it's connected to the collector terminal. In this configuration, the emitter terminal is considered as the input terminal and collector is the output terminal. This base is going to be the common terminal for both your input and output. Now I am going to calculate the input characteristics as well as the output characteristics. To calculate the input characteristics, we know that we have to keep the output things as a constant and we have to change the input voltage, and correspondingly you have to measure what is the input current. Okay, so here the output voltage is VCB, so I am going to keep that VCB as a constant value and I am going to change this VEB, and correspondingly I will measure this emitter current. See this diagram. I have marked VEB in the x-axis and IE in the y-axis. Now you have to note this. In this, emitter current is marked in milliampere. Okay. I am going to mark the graph for VCB is equal to 0. So when VCB is equal to 0, the emitter base junction is forward biased and the junction behaves as like a normal diode, and so the graph is drawn as like a similar forward biased diode. Now I am going to increase the value of CB by keeping the VEB as a constant value. Now what is going to happen? The width of the base region will decreases, and because of that effect it causes an increase in the emitter current. Now my graph, this curve is going to shift towards the left side of the graph which I have already drawn. Next thing, I am going to calculate the output characteristics. So to determine the output characteristics, I have to keep the input current as a constant and I have to vary the voltage value on the output side, and I have to calculate the output current. Here it is IC. So here also I have three regions. One is cutoff region and saturation region, and other one is active region. From this characteristics graph, it is seen that the emitter current, your collector current, is independent of your collector to base voltage. Okay, and the curves is also parallel to the axis of VCB which we have drawn in x-axis. The collector current flows even VCB is equal to 0. As the emitter base junction is forward biased, the majority carriers, that is the electrons from the emitter, are injected to the base region. So because of this action, the internal potential barrier at the reverse biased collector base junction, they flow to the collector region, and this gives rise to the collector current when VCB is equal to 0. Here the region below IC is equal to 0 milliamps is your cutoff region, and to the left hand of IC is your saturation region, and in between the saturation and cutoff region you will be having this active region. Now I am going to calculate the current amplification factor beta for your common base configuration. So the current amplification factor is defined as the ratio of change in collector current to the change in base current. Okay, so gamma is equal to delta IC divided by delta IB. Next thing, I am going to calculate the transistor parameters. So first one is input impedance HIB. So H is the H parameter, I is the input, and B is for common base configuration. So it is defined as the ratio of change in input voltage, so here it is emitter, to the change in input current, so here it is emitter current, with the output collector voltage VCB kept constant. So HIE is equal to delta VEB divided by delta IE. Here VCB should be a constant value, and this typically is going to range from 20 to 50 ohms. Next one is output admittance HOB. So this one is defined as the ratio of change in output collector current to the corresponding change in output collector voltage with the input emitter current IE is kept constant. Therefore, HOE is equal to delta IC divided by delta VCB. So here IE is equal to constant. Typically the value ranges from 0.1 to 10 micromhos as like in your CE configuration. Next transistor parameter is your forward current gain. So it is defined as the ratio of change in output collector current to the corresponding change in input emitter current, keeping the output collector voltage VCB as a constant value. So hence HFB is equal to delta IC divided by delta IE. So here VCB is equal to constant. Next thing is your reverse voltage gain, that can be mentioned as HRB. It is defined as the ratio of change in input emitter voltage and the corresponding change in output collector voltage with the constant input current. So here it is emitter current, so IE should be kept constant. So HRB is equal to delta VEB divided by delta VCB. So this should be typically in the order of 10 power minus 5 to 10 power minus 4. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.